What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. It's time to take a look at another watch that's been getting me a ton of questions ever since my State of the Collection series was uploaded, my ST Dupont lacquer. It's 3 p.m. on the button. Let's get down to business. That's right, guys. Today we will be talking about ST Dupont, my ST Dupont lacquer. Now, guys, I think some of you have probably never ever heard of this company, and that's fine. They're not super well known for watches, but they are very well known for lighters, exorbitantly expensive lighters. And I'm not talking about these Bics that you can find for like $1 at your 7-Eleven. I'm not even talking about your beloved Zippo that all of us love to play with. No, I'm talking about lighters that ballpark around $1,000, okay? Not something I'm currently interested in. I don't even smoke. I have these on my desk because I have really bad ADHD, always have, and I like having things to fiddle with. Things to distract me from work. You know, I got these lighters, I got little pocket knives with my last name on them. I have this ruler that's really, really old. It was my grandfather's. Let's see, I have a bunch of stuff to distract me. It's awesome. Guys, one of my favorite distractions has got to be wristwatches, and hey, what do you know? Have one right here. Let's go ahead and talk about it. ST Dupont's been around for about 148 years. They were founded in 1872. They were well known as kind of a high-end upscale travel accessory manufacturer. They were known for using really sought-after kind of unique materials, kind of blending lacquer with gold and leather and producing these very high-end travel cases, things like that. Fast forward to the 1980s, from 1980 to 1989, they stayed true to their original vision because they used lacquer, gold, and leather to produce this lacquer series of wristwatches. I was born in 1989, so I suppose this could be kind of a celebration to that. But one thing that makes this truly very special to have in my collection is the materials and how they went about producing this watch. Let's get a little bit closer and talk about that. So lacquer translated essentially means Chinese lacquer, and amongst art collectors and historians, it's very sought after, not only because of its beauty, but also because of the very unique process to attain this material. So as we focus in on this watch's gorgeous caseback, we can actually see a pristine example of that highly coveted lacquer Chinese lacquer, and to originally procure this material, ancient Chinese artists would take sap from a tree native to eastern and southern China, scientifically known as the Rus vernicifera, or simply the lacquer tree, and they'd use that sap to create gorgeous smooth resin, and then they'd take that resin and produce bowls, sculptures, various forms of artwork, and again, we have an example of it here on this ST Dupont wristwatch. But guys, one thing I really do appreciate about ST Dupont's take on this very, unique material is that they weren't skimpy with it, okay? You have a nice panel of it here on the dial, and then you have these inlays here bordering that dial, and then of course a ton of it on the case back here, and then look, as if that wasn't enough, you have a nice little inlay here on the buckle. So guys, again, very cool, unique material to see on a watch, and it's very nice that ST Dupont put it pretty much everywhere. So this watch is powered by an Eterna 7-joule quartz movement. I've actually made an episode replacing the battery on this watch if you actually want to take a look at the movement itself. Very cool to see ST Dupont working with another established watchmaker like Eterna. Again, not a whole lot going on here mechanically speaking. It is a quartz watch, and believe it or not, this is a byproduct of the quartz crisis. Again, I think companies wanted to jump into the watch game after they saw the kind of prevalence and unique designs coming out of the quartz crisis, and again, this being a watch of the 1980s, it just makes sense. So now that we know a little bit more about ST Dupont as a company, and now that we know a little bit more about that very cool, unique lacquer material used, let's measure the dang thing, right? See what it will be like on the wrist. So it is about 24.2 millimeters across. Let's look at the lug to lug. It is 39 millimeters on the button when it comes to lug. And let's take a look at the thinness, because this watch is by far not thick. Yeah, 5.8 millimeters thin, just a ridiculously thin watch. And so here it is, my ST Dupont lacquer sheen on my 7.5-inch wrist. You know, I'm a sucker for these rectangular dress watches. This totally fits the criteria of being a unique rectangular dress watch. You do not see these every day. You do not see the materials used every day. It's just right up my alley. I absolutely love this watch. Again, it's just weird, kind of quirky. It's definitely a conversation starter, and man, the details on this piece are just crazy. And the fact that you've never heard of it, it's just, you know, icing on the cake. But yeah, fits under a dress cuff perfectly, right at home in any formal occasion. Very, very fun dress watch. Cartier tank, JLC Reverso, ST Dupont lacquer sheen. I'm happy to have all three. This is probably the weirdest of the bunch, and I love it. So guys, I knew when I introduced this watch to you during the State of the Collection series, I would get a bunch of questions about it, and of course, that did happen. A bunch of you guys requested another episode about this watch, and I'm happy to oblige. This watch is so fun to play with, so fun to take pictures of and to look at and to film, so yeah, definitely a unique conversation starter. But let me know in the comment section, do you have any experience with this company, whether it be with these watches or maybe you have one of their really expensive lighters? Leave me that comment. I want to hear from you guys. And of course, special thanks to my channel members. If you want to go above and beyond making all of this content possible, then please consider supporting the channel. $4.99 a month. Click that join button next to the subscribe button. It's like YouTube's Patreon. You get an extra 2 pieces of content a week. That's right, we do an extra live stream and an extra uploaded video for members only every week. That is what, 6 pieces of content a week? Just absolutely crazy. But again, special thanks to my certified T3 Bot channel members. So as always guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Always remember, I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller. I didn't invent time, I just tell it.